Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Joey Burcham. Let's say that you've got a track that you have recorded and comped. Now you need to edit it. I'm going to show you some of my tips and tricks for editing in Fender Studio Pro. Let's check it out. I have a riff here that I have been working on. I have comped all of the parts together. I'll play it for you really quick. Now, the goal for comping and recording in general is to get the best possible takes that you can. We want everything to sound natural and even and good. But what we're going to do now is we're going to make good sound great. I feel like there's a lot of stigma about editing tracks and, cleaning things up. And my approach has always been, why would you not want to make your tracks sound as good as they possibly can? So that's what we're going to do right now. There's two approaches that I take to this. I'd like to use time stretching and slice editing. And I'm going to show you a little bit of both. So for this main riff, I'm going to use the data zoom in the bottom right corner to make all of the transients pretty even across the clip. And we are going to try to align some of these hits to the grid. Now, to open up the time stretching tool, I'm going to hit 7 on my keyboard, or it's right up here, the bend tool. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start placing some points. So as you can see, as I sort of scrub through this clip, the marker snaps to the grid. That's because I've got snap to grid turned on up here, sort of in the top right of the window. To temporarily turn that off, I'm going to hit the shift key and I'm going to place a marker and I'm going to let off shift and it'll snap to the grid for me. And this is something that you can do just to keep these parts nice and tight. It's very important to shift around and just make sure that everything sounds good. Again, the number one tool that you can use while you're making any kind of music is your ears. But I'm going to go through, just kind of try to align as much of this as I can. I'm going to hit C to turn on my metronome. And we're going to listen through and I'm going to try to align some of this up. So there's one right there. I'm going to try to scoot a little bit. Gets a little bit behind. I'm going to catch it up. Again, I'm just holding shift, clicking, setting a marker, and then letting go of shift. Luckily, most of this I tracked pretty in time. It was mostly just that intro and a couple small spots. Right there, I think I can get a little bit tighter. You can see this one's a little bit early. So I'm gonna hold shift, let off, drag it back. I can adjust this crossfade. This one is also a little bit early. And this is something that you get better at the more you practice. Again, just scooting it over. And this last one is a tiny bit early. Nice, that sounds good to me. My rules of thumb for this are the less edits you do, the better it will sound. Just a little bit goes a long way. That is time stretch editing, audio bend editing. Now, slice editing or slip editing is another form of editing, which works a little bit better. It's a little bit harder to get to sound good depending on the playing, how tight the playing is. but you don't deal with as many artifacts as you do with bend editing. So the way that this is going to work, instead of using the bend tool, we're going to use the split tool. We're going to hit 3 on my keyboard, and we're just going to make some slices. So I like to go back and forth between the selection tool and the split tool. I keep my hand up here and I just kind of go back and forth between 3 and 1. And now that I have that, we can zoom in and we're going to slip the clip. So the way that it works is I'm holding Option and Command, or it's Control and Alt on Windows. And you'll see this little icon pop up, and when that happens, I can just slip the clip in place. And we're just gonna align everything up. So these are my rhythm tracks. I can hide these. These are my rhythm tracks, and I want these rhythm tracks to hit at the same time as the lead track does. So I'm gonna edit these a little bit tighter, and I want to try to clean out all of this dead space. Doesn't look like there's anything playing here, but it's always important to have nice, clean edits. So I've just slipped those. I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to clean them up. Just take the ends off and apply a quick little fade. I hit Shift X to do that sort of auto fade at the beginning and at the end. I'm going to delete these clips. I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to bring them back. Do the same thing up here. Shift X to make auto fades for me, and we're good. Now we're just cleaning. So I'm going to highlight all of these clips. I'm hitting 3, slicing off the beginning, and we're going to basically make splits along the riff in between each hit. Here, here, here. That'll do. And we're just going to slip each one of these so that they line up on the downbeats. About like that, about like that, and about like that. We're going to clean up. Make an auto fade with Shift X and drag over. We're gonna split the end off and delete. I'm gonna highlight, Shift X for an auto fade at the end. So once again, same thing. I'm gonna select everything, split it right before, split it right after. We're gonna delete each side. Highlight, Shift X for an auto fade, and then we're just going to slip them. So now that I have this edited, another way that you can look at these bend markers is if you come up here to the audio bend menu and go to bend marker, and if you hit this little eye icon, it's going to show all of the bend markers that you've made. So you can see these 2 middle clips, we didn't set any, but on this first one we made 3. On this last one, we made 4. I don't normally work with these bend markers on because I'd rather look directly at the waveform, but a useful tool that is part of having this setting on is you see which spots in the audio is getting stretched past how it would be normally. And so that is going to tell you where most of your artifacts are going to happen. And you can kind of adjust accordingly. So I know that this one is condensed and the one on the right is stretched. So I can take this marker over to try and make it to where it's a little less red. If you stretch it really far, it'll turn even more red. So this is super useful if you want to see it. However, we're doing such minute moves that most of the time I don't even turn the bend marker view on. So now I have this entire first section edited. Let's take a listen to how these react with each other. they're basically seamless now. And that's exactly what I want, because layering things is really important to my sound. And I think it's something that you should definitely experiment with. Getting things edited tightly is also very important for having those layers work cohesively. Those are the basics for editing that I do. There's tons of macros. You can really go down the rabbit hole in Fender Studio Pro with editing. But I do want to take a second just to stress that this, to me, is a foundational technique for your mixes. This is what can take your mixes from sounding like demos to sounding like fully fledged radio ready songs. You really don't expect just cleaning and lining things up to make as much of a difference as it does, but it is very integral to having clean sounding mixes. So thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'm Joey Burcham.